Bestie? What's this news that I'm hearing? I had no idea. You didn't tell me about it. Apparently you're moving to a fancy apartment. Is that true? Congratulations!
Hi, Belinda. Long time no speak. How are you? It really has been quite a few years now. At least a few years, I imagine.
Yeah, who cares about how long it has been? I want you to talk to me about this. This is way more interesting. What happened to that grubby little house you were living in before in the middle of nowhere? How come you've suddenly moved to the town next door to this luxury apartment? Those apartments near the new train station are super expensive. Like, really expensive.
I see that you've been doing your research. Yes, I guess those apartments are quite expensive. You are right. Yes, that is correct. Well, thanks to our compensation for eviction, we've been able to move.
Huh? What do you mean by compensation for eviction?
Well, yes. My old place was in an area that the local government wanted to develop. So after a bit of negotiation, we received a nice sum to move out. It's a pretty good deal, to be honest. And so, because of all that, I bought this nice, fancy new apartment. It's pretty lucky in the end, isn't it? I am counting my blessings.
Are you being serious? I can't believe you bought it. That's crazy.
Yes, but obviously this compensation for eviction isn't enough to buy the whole apartment. I had to talk to my mom and dad about it. We managed to get a lump sum together in the end, which is good. I consulted with the family and we decided to go forward with the purchase all in one.
As a lump sum? That's absolutely crazy. How did you manage that? I had no idea that you had that type of money.
I mean, I did consult with my family about it, and they said it was a good idea as well. Mom and Dad are still well, but you never know if something could happen to them, so it's better to move to the city, I think. In the countryside, it's harder to access hospitals and medical care and things like that, so we thought it'd be a good idea to move to this nice fancy apartment in the next door town. The public transport is super easy as well. Everything is a lot easier. It's a bit less peaceful, but that's life. It's a great place for older people to live their life without depending too much on others, and they can easily make friends with the other seniors in the area so they won't be isolated.
Oh, right. I see where you're coming from. Yes, I guess that makes sense. You don't want them to be too lonely. So, I guess that means you're moving to the same town as Bobby and I. Can you believe it? I guess I understand why you want to live here. It is a super convenient and safe place to live. It's also really pretty.
Oh, right. I didn't actually know that you and Bobby were here. As you know, it's been a few years since we've seen you or heard from you.
Yes, that's right. A few years ago, Bobby got a job transfer here. It's been great. He got a promotion and he's really happy. So yeah, we're here now. Different town, different state, but it's nice.
Oh, right. Yes, I remember now. How nice. That's good for you, I guess.
You don't sound sincere at all. You knew about this, didn't you? Stop hiding the truth from me. And you moved here knowing all of this anyway. Like you wanted to follow us or something. That's so creepy.
Huh? Why would I move somewhere just to be close to you both? You don't even speak to me anymore.
Well, I heard this news from Bobby that you were moving. I was super surprised, as you can imagine. I couldn't believe that you guys would want to move from the countryside over here. And I can't believe that you bought an apartment in that fancy block by the station. Now it all makes sense. You should have told me straight away. This really is great news, to be honest. We haven't been talking for a while, I guess, but we should totally start seeing each other again. I'll do you that favor. Help you get some friends here. I'm guessing you're desperate to become friends with someone like me.
Belinda, you realize that we're not following you guys, right? I know Bobby is my older brother, but it's not because of that. We didn't know who was living in this town. It's just a coincidence, that's all. You don't speak to us, so there's no point following you, right?
Okay. Sure, if you say so, I'll let you think that. Especially your mom. She's got so much pride. She would never admit anything. Especially the fact that she moved to follow someone else. She's always lying about everything anyway. I won't bother saying anything more. But seriously, you guys are complete losers following us here like this.
Huh? You really are being petty now, Belinda. Can you just drop this now?
Yeah, whatever. But I had no idea that your parents had so much money, such a fortune. It seems like you guys are going to be living quite high up in this apartment block. You must be really rich. I heard it's about $1 million for one apartment. Pretty crazy, right?
Okay, how do you know the price? Why are you so nosy? You shouldn't be looking at other people's affairs.
Well, I checked, didn't I? I asked Bobby about what floor you were moving to, and then I checked on the internet straight away.
What? I didn't realize you could just check things like that straight away on the internet, and I'm shocked that you did that, to be honest. But don't you think it's a bit nosy to do that? And also a bit rude? Especially because you're saying it now to my face?
Oh, don't worry about little things like that. Why do you care so much? It's completely natural curiosity. Don't get so wound up about it, honestly. But yes, I wonder how much your eviction compensation was. Because with that and a bit of help, you were able to buy it all in cash. That's crazy. I just thought your family were simple country people. I guess I was a bit naive. I guess I should make a bit more of an effort. I will make sure to come and show my face at the end of the winter break. You know, before the vacation ends. We'll have a family celebration.
Huh? To our house? But after you got married to Bobby, you only came once to say hi to us. So why are you coming now? And you also were a bit rude about my mom's home cooking, and you ended up having a huge fight, don't you remember? My parents remember this well. They are not completely over this.
Yes, I do remember all of that. But you know, it's a while ago now. Should we just let it slide? Let's forgive and forget, yes? I mean, we now live in the same town. We will see each other at some point. We might as well try to get back in touch again.
Right, I see. So you want to get back in touch?
Yes! So say hi to your mom from me. You can tell her that I'll bring her cute grandchild over to play. I'm sure they would be really happy about that.
Well, Belinda, I'm really shocked. You have never offered to visit like this before. This is a bit out of character for you, isn't it? I'm pretty sure they'd be happy to see their eldest grandchild for the first time, though.
Yes! Well, it looks like this year will be busy for us. I can't wait. We can all hang out in your apartment and appreciate the view as we spend time together. How exciting! It'll be so fun to be right at the top of the building.
Hi, Kirsty. Sorry to bother you whilst you're finishing off your work. I hope you're not too busy at the moment. I have a question about the winter break. I got a message from Belinda about it.
Oh, don't worry, Mom. My online meeting just ended. What did you want to know?
It's a bit late notice, but I wanted to talk to you about it anyway. I'm a bit stressed out. I don't really know what to do about it. Belinda is coming with Bobby and her kid. Because Belinda is coming, there isn't really any more room for everyone to be here. It's all getting a bit stressful.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, Belinda is coming with Bobby to visit, right? That's what she told me, with her kid. I'm happy that she's bringing my grandchild. I'm obviously really excited to meet the little one. But for some reason, she really wants to stay at our place. I don't really understand why she's so desperate to spend the night here. Even though we're in the same town now, it would be so easy for her to go back to her place.
Are you serious?
Yes, and then I thought about putting her on the sofa bed in the living room, but she didn't want that either. It's a bit selfish in my opinion. She said that she wants to sleep in your room and that you should leave. Because you live at home, she thinks you should just leave for a few days and go on a trip instead.
What, so she's gonna stay in my room? That's not gonna be possible. I have so much work to do. That's where I work from home. All my work equipment is there too. And with a small kid as well, I don't want them going into my room. It's too annoying. My stuff will get all messed up.
Yes, that's what I thought. Me and your father totally understand how annoying this is for you. Maybe it's better if we give them our room instead. Then maybe we can sleep in your room instead or something. Maybe that works out better.
Yeah, sorry, I think that's probably best. Gosh, this is so stressful. Why is she doing this? And then I suppose I can sleep at a hotel nearby. That probably makes sense. Could you book the room out for me? Would that be okay?
I thought about that too. But it's the end of the winter vacation. Everything is fully booked. I wanted to do that as well so I could sort of get rid of Belinda and Bobby and put them there instead of our home.
I see what you mean. Well, I guess maybe I'll go away for a night somewhere else then out of town. I'll be tired from moving. Maybe I'll book myself a night in a fancy spa hotel. I could do with a few days of deep relaxation.
That would be great, Kirsty. I'm really sorry about Bobby and Belinda. They can be so selfish sometimes. And the way they've imposed themselves like this really isn't cool. When we were living in the countryside, they never contacted us, did they? But as soon as we moved to this fancy apartment, they suddenly start befriending us again. It's really rude. If your father had not convinced me that this was a way to renew relations, I would obviously have told them not to come. I'm still pretty mad at Belinda for insulting my homemade cooking.
Yes, I see what you mean. It's totally not cool. They really are selfish, aren't they? Especially Belinda. But look at it this way. You can meet your eldest grandchild for the first time. That's really exciting. So let's just try and be the bigger people in this situation. Anyway, let me know the dates that Bobby and Belinda are coming so I can book my trip. That way there will be less stress for everyone.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Kirsty. I'm sorry about all this. I'll make sure to do that. Sorry for bothering you whilst you're working as well. Hope it's going well. I'm making your favorite homemade pizza tonight, so try and come downstairs when you can. Extra meaty.
Okay, thank you, Mom. That's really sweet of you. I'm just tying up loose ends at work and I'll be right down. Today hasn't been too busy, luckily.
Wow, you really are living in an amazing apartment. Aren't you lucky? And the view from the top is breathtaking. You really have all the luck in the world. You really have a view on some stunning scenery. I have a beautiful view of the city. It's amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed the winter break with Mom and Dad. They also told me that they enjoyed seeing you.
Yes, and I was surprised that Bobby seemed quite fond of his parents too. But I guess that's a good thing. It means that everyone seems to be getting on well and it'll be fine to live together. As soon as all the preparations have been made, we'll be ready to move in. We can't wait. How about you, Kirsty? Have you got ready for everything?
Huh? What are you talking about? You're confusing me here, Belinda. What do you mean when you say preparations? Why do I need to prepare things?
Well, it's been decided that you're leaving the apartment, right? It's definitely time you left. It'll be way too crowded if you were there as well as Bobby and myself and our child. So for our sake, it makes sense that you leave, really. Thanks, Kirsty.
Huh? You want me to leave? Are you being serious? This is ridiculous.
Thank you for looking after your parents until now, but Bobby can take over now. But we can take over from here, Bobby is the only son, so it makes sense anyway. It's his job also as the son to support the parents. He'll be doing that from the apartment. You can relax and leave. It's all being taken care of. You have no reason to worry. Why don't you extend your stay at the spa or something?
Can you just wait a second? Why do I have to leave exactly? I'm not really sure why I would have to leave, to be honest. I literally just moved here a few months ago.
Yeah, so you need to leave right now. You've spent way too much time here doing absolutely nothing. There is no need for a freeloading sponger like yourself to be living at home still.
What? Are you talking about me? How dare you call me a freeloader and a sponge? I am not those things at all.
Well, who else could I be talking about? You live with your parents and rely on them for everything. But you are old enough now. You should be more independent. Don't you think it's a bit weird? You're nearly 35 and you're still living with your parents. It's getting ridiculous.
I'm not depending on them entirely, actually. They do make me dinner in the evening, but I do give them a good sum of money every month to contribute to living expenses. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Please do not call me a freeloader.
Even if you say that, it doesn't really matter what you give them in the end, does it? I mean, your parents own the entire apartment already, so they can be generous, can't they? I heard that you only work 4 days a week, right?
Yes, that's right. I am able to live off that.
Yes, that's right. You really are a freeloader. Well, if you sponge off your parents like that, then no wonder you can live off 4 days a week. And it's only a small part-time job that you work, right? You barely do anything. I mean, in your position, all you need is a little extra pocket money from that job, and that's it, right?
Yes.
Well, you realize that one day your parents will die. They're getting old. Don't you think that you'll have to start being independent at some point? You can't really say that this part-time job you are doing is really worthwhile. You are just an unemployed layabout that sponges off your parents. You must be a burden on your parents. Them sharing an apartment with you can't be that easy.
So that's why you want me to leave. And then you want to move in with Bobby and your kid instead. Am I getting this right?
Yes, exactly. And then we will inherit this place instead of you. You've done enough sponging in your lifetime. It's now our goal to get something instead of you. We're gonna have to move in ASAP so that we can receive the inheritance.
Huh? Are you being serious?
Oh, Kirsty, you really are getting all confused now, aren't you? I can't believe this old hag from the countryside who I found so plain and common was actually hiding so much money. Before now, we were basically not talking, but when money comes into the picture, everything changes, doesn't it? For the sake of our future fancy apartment and our future inheritance, we will do our best to live with them. That's why I need useless people in the way like you to disappear. So get out now, you useless sponger! Just like you, your belongings are also becoming a bother. You better get rid of them soon.
Well, if it's like that, then I guess we'll be leaving.
Huh?
Well, I can't deal with this any longer. I've had enough. Your behavior is disgusting. You really can't help yourself calling other people's daughters freeloaders, sponges, and useless. If you are going to treat Kirsty like that, we'll just leave right now. It's sickening the way you insult her like this. I don't want anything to do with the likes of you. All Kirsty does is take care of us, and you act like this toward her. How dare you? I didn't think my greedy daughter-in-law would be so interested in living with us. If it's like that, then we'll just go to your house right now.
What? I'm sorry, but is this Lola?
Yes, exactly. It's me, your husband Bobby's mom. I'm that simple old hag from the countryside that you dislike so much.
Just, please? Wait. I didn't mean it like that. It's just a little charming nickname for you. I didn't mean it to come off like that.
Oh, right. I didn't realize that being called an old hag from the countryside was so charming. It must be a generational thing. If that's the case, then please do go ahead and call me that in the future.
Just wait a second, Lola. Why are you on Kirsty's WhatsApp? How come you suddenly appeared on her phone?
Why are you calling me Lola? Shouldn't you be calling me an old hag from the countryside?
Okay, but can you just answer my question? Why are you on Kirsty's phone? I don't understand.
Well, we do live together, you know. And was worried because she didn't seem very well when she came down to eat earlier. She looked a bit pale. I couldn't believe that you were causing her so much trouble. I've seen everything. I've been here the whole time and seen your whole conversation.
What? Everything? Are you serious?
Yes, everything. And I wanted to know why you thought it was okay to call my daughter a useless sponge and a freeloader. Because if anything, we are the ones who are the sponges and freeloaders. We are older than her and relying on her wealth. We don't work anymore either.
Huh? I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, Kirsty is the one who bought the apartment, not us. She's the one that gives us money to live off. We are grateful that she lets us live in such a nice space. So really, it's me and my husband who are the old spongers from the countryside.
What? Just wait a second. Are you saying that Kirsty is the one who bought this luxury apartment? But how could she manage that? She only works a part-time job 4 days a week. There is no way she has the capital to buy that place.
Yes, that is true that she works part-time. But I guess you didn't ask her what the nature of her work was. She works as a freelance engineer. She only needs to work 4 days a week because her rate is so high. I guess you had no idea how smart and qualified she was in reality.
Oh, right. I didn't realize that.
Yes, my husband and I, all we did was contribute with the eviction compensation. The rest was her money. Because of that, she says she can continue to work with good help. It's not just the cost of the apartment, but she also helps us with living expenses.
Oh, right. So wait, does that mean you're not the owners of the property? You don't have any savings or any inheritance to give?
No, nothing at all. We barely have a cent to our name. We really have nothing to show for ourselves financially.
I can't believe this. You must be lying.
It's the truth. We'll get your stuff together now. You need to leave.
Huh? Who the hell would want to live with old hags like yourselves anyway? It was because I thought you owned this place. That's why I wanted to live here, because I thought you had an inheritance to give us. If I can't get any of that, then scrap the living together arrangement. Leave it.
Oh, right, is that so? I thought I'd be able to see my grandchild every day.
I really thought that we could be friends again, but I don't think we can after all this. So don't bother getting involved in our lives anymore. Same as it was before. I have no desire to hang out with simple folk from the countryside. Hey, Kirsty. What should I do from now on? I'm so screwed, I can't believe this. I didn't think it would turn out like this. My life is over.
What do you mean by this? I don't know what you're talking about.
Didn't Bobby tell you what happened? He filed for divorce.
Divorce? Oh, right.
Yes, he suddenly got really mad at me. He told me that I deceived you and the family. He said that he couldn't be with someone like me who has deceived his entire family. And then he just handed me the divorce papers. I don't know what to do.
Wow, really?
He's always been on my side for everything. He's always understood when I said that I didn't want to see his parents. But now he doesn't want me involved at all in his life. My husband is supposed to stay by his wife's side. That's the promise you make at marriage. But now he doesn't want that anymore. He said that he can't be by my side anymore and that it doesn't make sense.
Oh, right. I didn't realize my older brother was capable of this. He's always just agreed with everything you've said. So that's pretty surprising. I just thought he was obsessed with you. But it seems like he was just doing his job as a husband.
can't believe how sudden this is. It's not fair. All I wanted was to live in an amazing apartment so I could show off about it. I can't believe it has come to this. If I get divorced because of this, I will get kicked out of the mom group. And I really did my best to get close to them.
Why?
Well, I was boasting to them and telling them that I would move to the apartment. I'm still new to the area, so I was trying my best to fit in by boasting. I thought I'd get more attention and friends if I told everyone that I was moving there. I thought I'd be one of the rich wives who all the other moms are jealous of.
I can't believe it. Did you actually do that? You boasted about an apartment that wasn't yours so that you could be accepted by the other moms? And now you've even been dumped by my older brother. What do you think is most important in life? Don't you think you need to have a long, hard think about this?
Look, please can you convince Bobby to get back together with me? I don't want to get divorced.
Look, don't talk to me about your marital problems. That's for you to discuss with Bobby. I have work to do now, so I'm gonna go now. Maybe you can try and persuade my brother without causing further problems. As expected, my brother and Belinda got divorced. He was furious with her, and there was no way that they were going to make up. Belinda was forced to return to her family home in the countryside. It was the only place she could go. Bobby took care of the kid, but it was difficult to balance along with work. He was juggling so many responsibilities. Mom and Dad would regularly go over to Bobby's place to look after the child. It helped him out a lot. Belinda hadn't seen Bobby for quite a few years now. That's all due to her selfish nature. When they got married, they agreed to stand by each other, for better or for worse, but now they're not together. There's no need. Mom and Dad and I definitely have no intention to speak to her either. If Bobby has any problems, my parents will always be there to help look after him. My parents, despite everything, have continued to be so generous and warm to Bobby. I think he realized how much respect he owed them. Anyway, for the sake of my generous parents and Bobby's child, I'll do my best and work hard at my job. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.